What's going on, guys? It's Garrett, the electrician. Should you join the IBEW, or would you be more successful working on your own? That depends, but I have an answer coming right up after this. Now, I have to be full disclosure. I've never been in the union, and I don't have a lot of inside information, and a lot of times I will misspeak because, look, I'm not AI, I'm not a computer, I'm just an electrician. But I want to share extreme wealth and success with you, and I want to give you some tips and tricks on how I did it, and I would love to see how union guys do it. So please post a video on your story. Watch mine. So the quickest way to become extremely successful as an independent electrician is by specializing. Now, I know you hear that all the time. Go independent and specialize. But how do you specialize? You actually specialize by just enduring and going through your career. How does that happen? Let me tell you how that happens. We start off very humbly, right? We get our license, but then we end up doing these little vanilla ice cream jobs, changing outlets, ceiling fans, doing small residential work because we don't have a history. We don't have a reputation yet to do larger work, but we're gonna get there, and this is how that happens. What I need you guys to do, if you're non-union and you're an independent electrician, is treat every customer like it's Elon Musk. Now, I know Elon Musk. What I mean by that is you never know who you're going to be working for. You never know that you could be working for Elon Musk's sister or mother or cousin or family member, okay? And why does that matter? Because you want to treat every customer with respect and do an amazing job. Whether it's just resetting their GFI, installing a new microwave circuit, replacing a ceiling fan, whatever those little vanilla ice cream jobs we as independent electricians have to do when we get started in our careers. Now, this is where the union does beat us because they don't have to do that little type of work. They usually get larger jobs and they have more stability. They get to do more stronger jobs that are more fulfilling in the beginning of their career. But what the union won't get is that phone call you're going to receive one day. You're going to get a phone call and it's going to sound like this. Hello? Yes, hi. This is Susan from XYZ Company, and we'd like you to come in and give us an estimate. Could you come in and give us an estimate? Absolutely, I'll be right there. How did you get my number? Well, someone gave me your number to call you, so that's why we're calling an electrician, because we need some work. What do? You put on clean work clothes, you bring your clipboard, you've got your pen, you've got everything with you to give an estimate. You show up at this place, right? You go into the company, you open up the door, there's Susan, she turns out to be an admin, and she introduced you to a customer that you did work for. You did work for his mother, you did work for him or her, and they liked your work, you did it neat, and now they want that same quality, and they're also looking for an electrician, so they called you. Guys, you just hit the jackpot. When that happens to you, this is how you make it. So what happens? You're going to go in there and they're going to say, let's use an example. Hey, we got a cafeteria and we keep tripping breakers on the microwave, so we need to add more microwaves. Can you add microwave circuits for us? Absolutely, and you do. And you do an amazing job. Well, did you learn anything? Well, not really, because you just ran some 12-2 MC cable from a local low voltage panel and you ran a couple of circuits, right? You might have used a multi-branch feeder, it split the neutral and what tie breakers on the breaker. You know what I'm talking about. You did a good job. But you got your label machine out and you labeled every receptacle. You wiped your fingerprints down. You made sure that the job was perfect and you billed them the right rate. You billed at least $100 an hour. Okay, not a big deal, but guess what? Next month comes by. Susan calls you again. Hi, Garrett. We need to see you again. We've got more work for you. Great, I'll come right in. Boom, same thing. Clean work clothes. You come in ready for an estimate. Now this time is they say, Garrett, we have a low Wi-Fi signal in this corner of the warehouse. Can you add a Cisco access point for us, please? We have it here. It's already programmed and it needs to get installed up over here in this corner, 50 feet in the ceiling. And you say, absolutely, but you have no clue what an access point is. You have no clue how you're going to get up there. You have no clue how to even wire. You don't even know what an access point is. So what are you going to do? You're going to go home that night and you're going to study. You're going to Google access point, Cisco wireless access point, and you're going to learn all about it. It's going to tell you the type of wire to use, category 5E cable. You're going to learn how to terminate category 5E cable. You're going to learn how to test category 5E cable. You're going to do a link integrity test. You're going to rent a scissor lift. You're going to go and you're going to install it, and you're going to get a great fee, and you're going to make a lot of money, and you just specialized. You've just taken on a task that made you specialize. So not only can you do the vanilla ice cream, heat, power, and light, now you can do network wiring, and you understand wireless access points. Okay, now let's take to the next step. So now you build at least $100 an hour, now maybe even $200 an hour because you have an assistant with you. So now you've got enough book of work where you can have an assistant and you've got a customer that knows that they can trust you, and now they're going to call you again. So the next couple weeks go by and Susan calls you again. Hey, Garrett, can you go meet with Tim in maintenance? Tim has a question on something in maintenance. Can you go see him? Absolutely. So you get your clean work clothes, you go in and you meet the facilities guy, Tim. You meet Tim and Tim says to you, hey, I'm having a trouble with my transfer switch on our life safety generator. Can you take a look at that for me? And you go, in your mind, you're like, yeah, okay, sure, Tim, I will. And in your mind, you're like, transfer switch? What kind of generator is it? Life safety? Oh my gosh, am I responsible for people's lives? But what's going to happen is you're going to go home that night and you're going to Google transfer switches, generators. You're going to Google, what does it take to do maintenance on a generator? Can you do it? You'll end up, if you have to subcontract a diesel mechanic, you're going to learn and you're going to specialize in generators. And that's how we grow. Okay. So now you're going to do the PM and you're going to repair or replace his automatic transfer switch. You've just specialized. So you're going to do the work. You're going to bill an appropriate rate. You're going to make a tidy profit and the customer's happy. But guess what? Now the IT guy is going to call you. Eric is going to call you and Eric's going to say, hey, Garrett, I heard you're doing our electric work now. I need a fiber optic cable run, 50 micron from the MDF to a new IDF cabinet. And I need you to install the IDF cabinet. I need you to supply UPS power on column A12 back here in the warehouse. When do you think you can get that done? Eric, I'll be here as soon as possible. No problem. You go home and you go, 50 micron fiber optic, what is that? How do I terminate? What's an IDF? What's an MDF? And you are forced to specialize. So you're going to do your own homework, own research. You're going to contact Graybar. You're going to learn about protected fiber optic cable, right? The orange jacketed, armored cabled fiber optic 50 micron multi-mode cable. You're going to learn about Corning Unicam connectors, how to terminate an SC or LC connector, right? You're going to run this 1,000 feet. You're going to install an IDF cabinet. You're going to be able to put in, the rack inside the power cabinet. You're going to put in 2 power supplies in the cabinet because there's always a redundant power supply feed for those. The point is, you're forced to be specialized when you become a successful independent electrical contractor. Now, I'm not saying the union can't do that. But the union doesn't have one guy, one point of contact to do that, okay? They would need to contact the original contractor who will then delegate who would go out for each individual task. There'd be one guy that would do those microwave circuits. There would be another guy that would do the low voltage wireless access point. There would be another guy that would handle the generator. There would be another guy, right, to do the termination of the fiber optic and the IDF equipment. And that's the difference. Now, those guys that they send out there will always be better than you or I because that's all they do. They are experts and they are completely trained at what they do. But if you ask that guy to go put microwave outlets in, he's just going to shrug you off and say, contact the office and they'll send another guy. That is how you become a top earner in the United States, by learning these skills. So what happens then? Well, now, that guy that got you into that company, he peels off and goes to another big company, and he calls you and says, hey, I got another opportunity. Can you do it? And now